Welcome to Reign, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network with your hostess, Jen Josey. Join like-minded real estate investors and accelerate your business towards greatness. You will hear step-by-step strategies for success, interviews with real estate rock stars, and we will dig deep into past projects where we bear it all, including the good, the bad, and some just plain ugly. So get excited. Here's the bestower of Badassery herself, the real Jen Josey. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm Jen Josey, creator of Reign, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network. Whoop, whoop. Today's episode is short and sweet, where I lay down some serious content with step-by-step strategies for success. But before we begin, here's today's Badassery Bestowment, a little badass gift to you. Today's topic is finding the hidden value in ugly properties. If you've ever driven past a house and thought, yikes, who would buy that? Congratulations, you've just spotted an opportunity most people will miss. Ugly properties are gold mines for real estate investors who know how to look past the peeling paint and overgrown lawns. Here's how to spot and unlock hidden value where others only see a mess. Number 1, look beyond the curb appeal. Don't let a scary exterior fool you. Focus on solid bones, foundation, roof, layout. Cosmetic issues are usually the cheapest fix and offer the biggest bang for your buck. Number 2, spot untapped potential. Is there a basement begging to be finished or an awkward layout? Maybe open it up. Think about ways to add bedrooms, bathrooms, or livable space to boost value fast. Number 3, analyze the neighborhood. A rough-looking house in a great area is a winning combo. If nearby homes are well kept and values are rising, your ugly duckling could become a neighborhood swan. Number 4, estimate repairs realistically. Don't guess, get real numbers from contractors so you know what you're getting into. Surprises are inevitable, but being prepared keeps your profit intact. Number 5, negotiate like a pro. Sellers know that their property is rough, so use that to your advantage. Point out issues, be firm on your price, and don't be afraid to walk away if the numbers don't work. So Reign Nation, remember, the ugliest house on the block could be your ticket to a killer deal. Train your eyes to see potential, not problems, and keep leveling up your badassery. Now, on to today's episode of the Real Estate Investor Growth Network podcast. It's been a hot minute since I've read one of my blogs, so buckle up because this is a good one. This is titled, A Love Letter to the Struggling Entrepreneur. Dear struggling entrepreneur, you didn't start this business to feel small. You didn't sign up for late nights, tight bank accounts, and a brain full of, what if I'm not cut out for this? Just so you could tiptoe through your days terrified to make your next move. Yet here you are. You're making some money, enough to prove this isn't a hobby, but not enough to feel like a badass that you know you are. You're busy, but not fulfilled. You're working, but not really growing. You're moving, but not moving forward. And deep down, you know the truth. You're stuck in comfort, and you're absolutely starving for courage. Comfort doesn't show up waving a red flag. It doesn't announce, hey, I'm here to keep you small forever. Comfort is sneaky. It slides in wearing a mask of responsible, practical, and realistic. You don't get stuck in comfort because you're lazy. You get stuck in comfort because you're tired, responsible, and trying to survive. At the beginning of your business, everything was new. You were fired up. You took messy action. You said yes to opportunities that scared you. You were willing to look like a beginner because your vision was bigger than your fear. But over time, you found routines and felt safe. You worked with the same type of clients. You offered the same services at the same prices. You posted the same kind of content when you felt like it. You stayed in the same circles, had the same conversations, got the same results. Little by little, bold moves were replaced by comfortable habits. Risk was replaced by routine. Courage was replaced by maybe later. You didn't fail, you just got comfortable. So here's what blows my mind about you. You are standing in a place where most aspiring entrepreneurs dream of reaching. You started, you launched, you got clients or customers. You built something from absolutely nothing. There are people out there still stuck in someday, wishing they had the courage you had on the day you said, I am doing this. You didn't wait for ready, you moved, but you've forgotten that version of you. Fear got louder, bills got real, comparison got brutal, algorithms changed. That coach on Instagram that made $100,000 in 10 minutes, and suddenly your progress felt embarrassingly small. Somewhere along the way, your original spark got buried under a pile of shoulds, what ifs, and who do I think I am? So let's go back to the beginning for a second. Before fear moved in and made itself at home, there was a reason you said yes to this. You didn't start your business just to make money. You started it because something inside you refused to stay quiet. Maybe you were tired of watching mediocre work get celebrated while you knew you could do better. Maybe you were done with somebody else deciding what day you could take off. Maybe you wanted to be present with your kids and still build something that was yours. Maybe you were sick of living on autopilot and needed to know you could create your own life. Take a deep breath. Really, like right now, let's take a deep breath. Now ask yourself, who did I want to become? Who did I want to help when I first started this business? What kind of problems was I obsessed with solving? What kind of freedom was I chasing? Time, money, creativity, impact, or all the above? Who was I hoping to become in the process? If you feel that lump in your throat or a sting behind your eyes as your answer, good. That's your spark talking. There was a version of you who is willing to trade comfort for possibility, who is willing to be seen trying, who is willing to risk being misunderstood in order to be fully expressed. That version of you is not gone. They're just buried under fear and fatigue. Your job now isn't to become someone new. Your job is to remember who you were before you started doubting yourself. Let's be clear. Fearless growth doesn't mean you'll never feel fear. Fearless growth means you stop letting fear be the decision maker. Fear can ride in the car, it just doesn't get to drive. Here's the difference. Comfort mindset. I'll take action when I'm ready. Courage mindset. I'll take action and readiness will catch up. Comfort mindset. I'll keep my prices where they are so I don't scare anyone off. Courage mindset. I'll charge what my work is worth and trust that I can rise to that level. Comfort mindset. I'll wait till it's perfect. Courage mindset. I'll launch it imperfectly and improve as I go. Comfort will always argue for staying where you are. It will use very convincing language. Be realistic. Don't rock the boat. What if it doesn't work? And my favorite, what will people think? Experience is useful, strategy is helpful, systems are smart, but without courage, they just keep you circling the same level. Courage is what creates new experiences. Courage is what unlocks fearless growth. Courage is that moment you raise your hand for the opportunity you feel underqualified for. It's the email that you send that makes your palms sweat. It's the boundary you set with a client who's been walking all over you. You don't need to become fearless to grow. You just need to become unwilling to let fear be the boss. A year after my husband and I started our real estate investment business, we were asked to present one of our flip projects to a group of about 40 or 50 real estate investors. I immediately thought, who would find value in what we have to say? We're still newbies ourselves. Imposter syndrome pulled up a chair real quick. But someone believed in us enough to invite us. Someone saw value in what we had done and basically shoved us out of our comfort zone. So we said yes. And the second I got on that stage, something wild happened. That tiny teacher spark inside of me, the one that I thought burned out years ago, reignited into a full flame. I slipped right back into teacher mode. I loved breaking things down, explaining the process, answering questions, and watching the light bulb moments in the room. I walked off that stage knowing two things. I needed more of that, and people needed my badassery. I just had to figure out the best way to deliver it. Then, because the universe has a sense of humor, a random email landed in my inbox about a new Tony Robbins program on becoming a knowledge business broker. I thought, let me check this out. I signed up for the free webinar, and the course turned out to be about starting a mastermind. That was it. I couldn't enter my credit card information fast enough. That was the beginning of RAIN, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network. By creating that mastermind, I didn't just create a program. I created a new level for myself and for anyone else who joined. I was surrounded by other investors who were thinking bigger, taking bolder action, and challenging me to rise with them. I got to put my teacher hat back on without going back into the classroom. I got to connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs. I got to be the connector, not the know-it-all. Because the smartest person in the room is never as smart as all the people in the room. I was pushed out of my comfort zone, and in the process, I created a safe space not only for myself, but for others to grow. That's what courage does. It doesn't change your life. It creates room for other people to rise too. I'm not here just to hype you up. I'm here to hand you a match. Now, go grab a notebook or open up a blank document. Do this with me. Not someday, but today, right now. I want you to finish this sentence in your own words. I started this business because. Now, don't write down what sounds good on a website. Don't write what you think your audience wants to hear. And for the love of all things holy, stop saying you want to create a legacy. This is your dream, not your kids. If they want you to pass it down to them, that's only a bonus. Write what's true in your gut. This is your anchor. When comfort starts whispering again, this is what you come back to. The next thing I want you to write down is be brutally honest with yourself. Where have you been choosing comfort over courage? Undercharging because maybe you were too scared to hear no. Avoiding visibility, no lives, no speaking, no pitching because you're afraid of being judged. Saying yes to clients who drain you because you're scared of the space a no might create. Hiding behind research or planning instead of making offers. Badassery starts with telling yourself the truth. You can't shift what you won't name, so name it. No shame, no beating, just clarify. Now, I want you to pick one action. I want you to pick something that feels a little scary and has the potential to move the needle on your growth, whatever that is, revenue, visibility, or impact. Not 10 actions, not a 90-day plan, one. Here's some examples. Raise your price for the next client you sign. Pitch yourself to one podcast, one local stage, or one event. Reach out to 5 past clients with a new, more aligned offer. Go live and share the real story behind why you started. Send the email you've been avoiding because you're afraid of the response. If your brain starts screaming, that's too much, you're probably in the right neighborhood. Courage isn't comfortable, and that's the point. Next, I want you to set a courageous deadline. Give yourself 72 hours. Write this down. Within the next 72 hours, I will... Let me tell you this. Fear thrives in delay. Courage thrives in deadlines. You don't need a full rebrand, a new website, or a 12-week course to get you unstuck. You need one honest moment and one courageous move. You are not behind. You are not a failure. You are not too late, too old, or too inexperienced. You are an entrepreneur who got stuck in comfort, and that is fixable. You are already standing in a place that proves you're capable of more. You've already done brave things. You already have evidence that you can do hard, scary, uncomfortable stuff. You've already survived things you once thought would break you. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about deciding you're done letting comfort run the show. Fearless growth doesn't have a perfect plan. It starts with one honest moment and one courageous decision. This is your reminder. You didn't start this journey to play small. You started to change your life and maybe somebody else's. The world doesn't need a watered-down, overthinking, comfort-obsessed version of you. The world needs the badass who said yes to this dream in the first place. With love and a spark of badassery, Jen. Now, that is it. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Now, go out there and share your badassery. And don't forget, make it a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Whoop, whoop.
Thank you for listening to REIGN, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform so you never miss an episode. If you need more badassery, you can follow Jen Josey by visiting therealjenjosey.com or become a member of REIGN by registering on reignmastermind.com.